Confused trader, stop what you're doing and listen up. In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to reveal to you a method of trading that gets brushed aside by 97% of traders, yet proves to be one of the most profitable methods of betting there is. So profitable that brokers barely showcase that these types of trades are even available on their platform. So profitable, in fact, that we've managed to secure over 97.6% winning trades from it and maintain an average of 28.45% gain each and every month for the last 31 months. Starting with a 100,000 trading account, you'd now stand at over $883,291 in just over 2 years, and that's using just 14.25% of its modules. And that's without increasing the lot size. Those with a bit of nerve easily stand at over $1 million profit with minimum risk thanks to this trading secret. It's not Forex. It's not binaries. And it's not just Bitcoin. It's the only 7-module super software that spreads risk to such an extent you'll lose only 17% of your trades in a worst-case scenario. Before I elaborate any further, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Andrew Shevchenko, and I'm an ex-beta tester and full-time trader using the commodity robot. The fact you've landed on this page tells me you're more than interested in the money-making potential of pro trading. But let's face it, trading can suck. Whether you've been investing time into rehashed Forex EAs or you've been sucked in by the latest so-called binary breakthrough, chances are you're still not on the road to riches. I'm with you completely. I've tried it all and failed miserably just like you. But now I've reversed my fortune and secured my financial security with the one next-gen software that focuses on something completely overlooked until now. I need you to listen closely to what I'm about to tell you. I recently turned 23 years old, and I'm making $4,000 USD per month minimum using this revolutionary trading secret. During an average month, it's more like $7,293, but we'll stick to the worst-case scenario, and I say I clear $4,000 monthly. A little later, I'll explain exactly why my good friends Roman and Anthony have not only made this possible, but almost guaranteed my earnings. But first, I want you to know just why you've had no luck so far. First, it's important you realize that while the Forex showcases staggering figures like $4 trillion worth of trades a day, this is all just eye candy. Truth be told, the Forex scene is actually quite small. The top 3% of Forex earners are responsible for over 82% of all the profits to be made. Most of the time, profits are not made by trading at all. A shed-load of money from the Forex market actually comes from selling robots. I know I'll get a lot of heat for saying this, but it's the truth. Of course, this isn't the entire story, just the one that has been hidden from you until now. In an industry run by marketing, nobody dares to tell you this harrowing truth, but there it is. I've seen more than my fair share of marketing hype showing incredible backtests, all but guaranteeing my fortune, only to see it was another piece of junk. Occasionally, I've stumbled across a few seriously well-designed bots that performed well. The only problem is, as soon as my trade volume and investment reached a noteworthy size, they came tumbling down like a house of cards. Now I understand why they didn't work when big money became part of the equation. Let me paint you a picture of what's really happening here. Imagine Forex as a community of just 100,000 people. Money is not created out of thin air, and each time somebody makes money within the Forex market, someone on the other side has to lose. That's common sense, right? So basically 50,000 people might profit while 50,000 must lose. But we know the top 3% are responsible for over 82% of the profits, meaning 18% of the wealth is shared between the remaining 97% of traders after the broker has taken their slice. That means around 15% of the profit is shared between 97,000 people, while the richest 3% share 85% of the money. In layman's terms, 90% of the people are out of pocket and losing cash fast. However, let's imagine that somebody actually produces a bot that's on fire and makes steady profits month after month. Inevitably, with the power of the internet and social media, the word gets out and everyone is twittering about it, and before long, a mass hype is created. The bot is priced at a modest 99 USD, which is more than fair for such a profitable investment. Before you know it, tens of thousands of users have purchased it, and everyone, including your grandma, is trading Forex with no prior knowledge about how the industry works. Remember our 100,000 people? By now, over 20,000 people trade with the robot, and it's a number that grows every day. Imagine the leverage caused by these thousands of people placing the same trades. Leverage of 300, 400, or even 500 causes them to move insane amounts of money on the market. Initially, thousands of people enjoy early success and fill their pockets in the first few weeks, to the expense of thousands of other traders, of course. Now the trading scale is tipping, and the market is no longer in equilibrium. As the market is fluid and will always compensate when being overexploited on one side, eventually the bot starts to lose, dooming the banks of everyone involved, including you. Now you surely understand that you've seen that this cycle repeats itself again and again. A robot release combined with low price and hype means that the robot fails miserably after days. For this reason, what I'm here to show you right now never fails because it's not subject to just one platform. So no amount of damage to the Forex market or depreciation in Bitcoin can touch it. And no amount of market crashes can hurt this 7-dimension trading software. As you might recall, I mentioned that I was a fellow ex-beta tester of the commodity robot, the only next-gen bot that's human-monitored 24/7 and trades 7 different assets: gold, silver, oil, palladium, copper, Bitcoin, and coffee. I've been friends with Anthony and Roman, the boffins behind this, for 5.5 years, and they asked me to not only test the commodity robot, but to try to break it. By adjusting the settings and configurations, I managed to find a few mistakes in the programming when trading in either very modest or extremely aggressive trade volumes, which they then spent over 340 hours resolving. They work on this full-time, every week, improving even the most minute details to ensure that it adjusts to the market time and time again. I've seen my profits rise from roughly $700 in a good month to over $12,000 since using this superhuman software. And to back it all up, here's the fully broker-verified, undeniable proof. No one is offering the live cash trading account details straight from the broker like this. We're not talking demos or back tests. These are real results with real cash from a real broker account set up by Roman and Anthony. All of our modules begin with $100,000 in real cash. That's a $700,000 investment in total. Talk about belief in your product. Coffee Trades produced $73,000 profit a year from its initial $100,000 account. The Bitcoin module more than doubled to over $203,000. Palladium trades were worth an additional $70,000 in the same 12 months. Copper trades were responsible for over $80,000 in profit. And oil brought in a staggering $120,000 profit. But that's just the basics. Here's where the power commodities transformed this from brilliant investment to the world's #1 trading solution. Silver trades increased the initial $100,000 investment to over $297,284 hands-free. And the mother of them all? Gold. Gold trades won at more than 73% clip rate, with 105 winning trades from an attempted 143. Due to increased leverage, Roman and Anthony regularly made $18,000 profit per winning trade. The return of gold was $882,191.36 profit in 962 days. As of this writing in February 2014, it's up an additional 53.47%, and there's still a week left before March. If we combine the profits spread amongst all 7 commodities, we're looking at a profit of over $1.37 million of real, hard cash, all verified by the brokers themselves. And remember to check all of these numbers for yourself. The proof is there, live from the broker, so don't be shy. You can even call the broker up and ask them personally. We're an open book. The reason this is perfect for you is because Roman and Anthony spread the trading capital out into some really big, some niche, and even into new emerging trends like Bitcoin. Who wants to leave all their eggs, or even worse, their money, in one basket? The advantages are evident. First of all, this approach to new markets has not been traded by the average trade-from-home guy. In fact, these markets are mostly traded only by big banks, and we all know the big banks hold their cards close to their chest. It's no surprise when you see the profits involved. So this market is untapped and has not been diluted already. That's key factor number one. Aside from the staggering results and untapped potential, the second factor to consider is the limited availability. There's no chance that this is going to hold leverage that hurts its users, ever. You only need to look at the verified broker proof, that's right, not just backtests, to see how well Commodity Robot works. I've not only done backtests and forward tests, Ronald and Anthony worked countless hours to find the best brokers to trade with it while making custom deals to keep trading spreads as low as possible. They trade real-life cash, hundreds of thousands of dollars with it. Factor number 3 is that Commodity Robot is unhackable. It features a life-checking algorithm that protects its integrity and code, as well as connecting frequently to the mother AI, checking for updates and validating its license. Needless to say, you won't find any Commodity Robot on torrent files or the Usenet. And if you do, it will be a version that someone made an attempted hack, corrupted themselves, and is now of no use. So don't waste your time. And the most important factor, number 4, is the price. This Commodity Robot beast is not for the faint of heart. Tens of thousands of code lines have gone into programming it, and some of it has been reverse engineered so that no one man could ever replicate its success. It's simply incomparable to those mass-produced, cheaply assembled EA scripts or robots you know or have traded with that obviously reflect it in the price. But technology like this doesn't come cheap, and that's a good thing. Because only those serious and willing to make hundreds of thousands, at least, will get to take full advantage. Ronald and Anthony's hearts are tattooed right into these algorithms. It's the work of a lifetime, years of development and commitment. Between the lead programmers, over 26 years of studying the patterns of financial fluctuations and imbalances has gone into this, and even still, they didn't want to share it. Not to bang my own drum too loudly, but if it weren't for my pleading with them, this robot would not be sold at all. Only 5 people worldwide are using this robot right up until a few days, or maybe even today, depending on when you see this video. I was in financial obscurity prior to this commodity breakthrough, and I had to try to help a few people in the same situation I was, and no doubt the exact situation you're in right now. For that reason, Commodity Robot licenses are super limited. That's why we have less than 50 copies. That's right, only 50 licenses of each type will ever be sold. Once these are gone, they stay gone. No relaunches, no reopenings, nothing. Zero. Nada. The more you think about it, the more it makes sense. You need to make a decision right now and decide if you want to continue on with your life exactly how it is, or jump at this seriously discounted offer for Commodity Robot. We only have 50 spots available, and once they're gone, that's it. You'll not see another chance in 12 months. The closest you'll get is reading about someone else's success on a forum somewhere. Plus, Roman and Anthony hold such faith in this product's performance that if you're not raking in profits across all 7 commodities, then we'll force your money back into your bank. It's that easy. If you're not making money, we don't want you to pay. From where I'm sitting, you're lucky to have found this page. I've not always had this kind of opportunity. Growing up, we never had much of anything aside from discipline and a solid work ethic. But now, with these power trend-based trades, I can provide my family with the finer things life has to offer. My little brothers will never have to take out student loans and be thousands of pounds in debt after university. I can show them a better way of life based on financial independence. Now you've got the same opportunity to secure your family's future. But be warned, you don't have time to dwell. Traders like you are taking advantage of this as I speak, and it's going to cost more by the day as demand becomes increasingly hard to deal with, and licenses run thin. By the time we've shifted 50% of the licenses, which will be no longer than the next 12 hours, the price may very well triple. Can you afford to pay 200% extra to get your hands on it? Or even worse, risk having this software become too valuable for you to afford? I didn't think so. You will not be able to come back tomorrow and get it for this same ridiculously discounted price you see right now. It'll cost a lot more tomorrow, and the day after will more than likely disappear for good. I wouldn't want you to literally pay the price for hesitating. If you don't want to pay the thousands of dollars Commodity Robot is clearly worth, then grab it now while you can still afford to. It's time to make a positive decision. So go check the 2.5 years of live broker-verified results for yourself to see just how much money you're about to make. Then click the Add to Cart button to become a Commodity Robot winner. I'll be waiting for you inside the members area.